within a week, I have garnered over 350 new subscribers, which is
we having a little technical difficulties, y'all.
My content.
Hold on with me. Hold on with me right quick. It's gonna be all good. Najia, do me a favor. Mute your screen and your mic for a minute, please.
Okay.
Yup. But welcome everybody that's here with us. We about to talk about some things. Got my girl Najia, as always. You know what I'm saying? Oh, and I see my boy right here, Levon. He's here, as always. So you guys, mute your Levon, put your screen on mute right quick as I play this intro. As soon as I figure this out. Please and thank you. Okay, here we go. I feel like I'm at work. Mute. Put your screen on black. Cool. Okay, here we go. Windows. I'm gonna get this right. I am going to bear with me, peoples. Share. Okay, hold on. Okay, that's up. Share screen. Share volume. Windows. There we go.
What's up, everybody? It's your boy Ronnue, and I'd like to thank everyone who's joining me right now. I also want to thank everyone who's helping me grow my platform. Because of you, within a week, I have garnered over 350 new subscribers, which is telling me that you guys are digging my content, and I appreciate that. I also want to send a shout out to my girl, Oval, the comedian. She put together my intro, and I didn't even have to ask her to do it. She just did it on her own and sent it to me. And that's some stuff I be doing. You know, I do stuff like that for people and say, look, I was bored, or I thought about you, and, you know, I put this together for you, and if you like it, you can use it. If you don't, you know, it's whatever. Which brings me to my first topic. Don't be that one friend that's always taking, and never giving. All of us got friends who are always by our side when we got money or when they're broke. You know, those, we all got a friend that when it's time to go out, that they never have no money, and we got to pay their way in the club, buy all their drinks. You know, and then even if you go out at the end to get breakfast, which we normally do because you're hungry, you know what I'm saying, or you got you a date, you know, and they might got a date, and not only do you got to buy their breakfast, you know, you buy their date's breakfast. You know what I'm saying, which is cool. Sometimes, but it's not cool all the time. My mama told me, don't be that friend that's always taking, and never giving. She said, even if you're dealing with a billionaire, sometimes say, I got this. And it goes a long ways, you know, for real. So that's my first topic, y'all. Don't be that taker friend. You know, sometimes call that friend that you know that's always got you and say, let me take you out. Let me buy you some drinks, you know. And you ain't even got to drive. I'll come pick you up. You know, be that friend, because I'm telling you, if you do that one time, you as a person, it's going to go a long ways. Okay, so let's get into some housekeeping. As I say in these YouTube streets, I would love for you new subscribers, you new people, to like, share, and subscribe. Let me say that again. Like, share, and subscribe. I'm still trying to grow this platform. I'm tied tongue today, you know, so you guys bear with me. I'm still trying to grow this platform. I can't do it without you guys. So please hit that like button, that subscribe button, the notification button, and then if you dig in my video, share it. On that note, let's get into something. My first topic I'm going to dive into is this show on Netflix called Upshaws, The Upshaws. So, along with a lot of other people, during this pandemic, I have moved away from watching a lot of network television and been really on my YouTube, Netflix, Stars, these app channels. And what I like about that is there's more variety on that. Um, so last weekend I was doing some work and then flipping through the channels at the same time, and I went to Netflix and I said, well, let me click on this Upshaws and see what it's about, right? So the first two episodes didn't grab me right away. The plot line was the stereotypical narrative that they try to paint about us. And I was like, okay, I'm watching another Tyler Perry production. And I went to change, I was about to change it, but I got into doing the other work I was doing, so I let it play. But as it moved on, I don't know if they got different writers or if somebody said, let's do something different. It really started coming together, and they started they still kept a little bit of the ghetto, you know what I'm saying? But they started rounding it out and just telling more realistic stories. But the cast, phenomenal. Let's start with Wanda Sykes. Wanda Sykes is like an auntie that everybody has, that everybody loves, that just comes to the functions. She's very, very blunt, dry at the same time, but we love her and she's just funny, you know. And that was Wanda. She got that role down to a science. Michael Epps is really coming into his own right now with this show. I never really felt like he was funny, but as the episodes went by, this man is funny. He's a natural born comedian. I can tell that he's ad-libbing some of his lines, but he had me rolling. And normally I don't laugh a lot watching these shows. You really got to get me, and he had me dying. Kim Fields, I got to take my hat off to her. Kim, you are an icon, legend, and this comedian. In this industry, and it shows within this show because you are the anchor of this show. And Kim Fields is an actress. I grew up with her, telling my age. Grew up with her from The Facts of Life, and watched her all the way to The Housewives. And when she was on The Housewives, she did not fit. But what I love is that she didn't allow them to take her out of her character, which after she left, and then that was just a chat for her, I understand. And after she left that show, she was able to move on, because she didn't taint her character like that. There's some people that's on these housewives shows, these love and hip hop shows, that's gonna probably pretty much be the only thing they can do, unless they take a hold of their narrative or their life during their reigns, and show people something else, or they could do something else, But Kim Fields, she came on there, she got that check, and she moved on. But let's get back to the show. She anchors the show, guys. And by the time I got to the end of the show, the end of binge watching, I was like, dang, I can't wait for the next season. It's really, really good. Like I said, they take a little bit of ghetto with realistic situations, with life situations, and put it together. And the cast is just phenomenal. I recommend that you guys check it out. It's on Netflix. It's called The Upshaws. So my next topic I want to talk about is this cancel culture that's going on right now. So it seems like every week, every 2 weeks, every month or whatever, we got a new celebrity who we're going to cancel behind something that they did in the past. I remember when Kevin Hart stepped down from the Oscars because they wanted him to apologize for his opinion that he had 10, 15, 20 years ago. And he said, I already apologized a million times, And now this week or this month is Christy Teigen. So apparently by 10 years ago, she got into an argument online with somebody, some young designer she was working with that was like a teenager at the time. and he said something nasty to her. Or no. I heard that he was using the N word or whatever, and she made a comment and told him, "Go kill yourself." Which I don't condone telling somebody that, But when you're in an argument, and this is how I really feel, there is no fair tools in arguments. You know what I'm saying? For real. And this is what I hate is when people want to poke the bear, then they get mad when the bear beat the mess out of them. Back in my day, you come out your mouth slick with me, I'm gonna make you cry. You know what I'm saying? But I'm learning not to do that anymore because words hurt, and some of the words you say you can't take back. So dude, 10 years later, now don't release the emails and yada yada yada. Christy Teigen went on TV, and on her platforms, and she don't apologize. She said, "I'm sorry," yada yada yada. But she's losing all type of endorsements left and right. In my opinion, I'm not with that. If you go back, and I'm so glad I wasn't a public figure 20 years ago, or that the YouTube or whatever, Instagram wasn't around 20 years ago, because I'll probably be canceled in real life because I done said and did some things in my younger years that I'm not so proud of right now. But the Ronnue now is a different Ronnue than I was a year ago, 5 years ago, 20 years ago, And when you're younger, sometimes your mouth is just reckless, I mean, real talk, my mouth is still reckless right now, but I just censor depending on what situation I am, what I'm saying. Now, if you're really getting on my nerves and I don't give a F, and especially if I got some cocktails up in me, then you're going to get the 100% Ronnue, you know what I'm saying? But in the professions that I'm in now, and sometimes when I'm around in a social setting, I'm constantly censoring what I'm saying because in my past years, I've hurt a lot of people's feelings, you know what I'm saying? And so at the person I am right now, I'm not I'm not trying to hurt people, so I'm constantly censoring, But this is what I also love about New Yorkers. People don't like New Yorkers because they're so blunt. When I meet a New Yorker, I'm like, yes, because they're gonna say what they want to say. Then anytime I meet a person, and I like Virgos too, because Virgos are very blunt too. You say what you want to say, I say what I want to say, and we can move on, and we don't be all butt hurt. You know what I'm saying? I love that about New Yorkers, and me and New Yorkers get along really, really, really good and keep it moving. But sometimes when you're dealing with West Coast people, and I'm from the West Coast, before you guys get mad about that, and some Southern people, I live a lot, I travel a lot to Atlanta. I've spent half my life in Atlanta, half my life in Seattle. You have to really censor yourself because some West Coast people, some Southern people are sensitive, But when I meet a person that for real we can speak our minds and don't get all butt hurt and keep it moving, I love it. I love it, love it, love it, love it. So I said all that to say this. I do not think it's fair that we're canceling Christy Teigen. Let me give you guys another example. So Eddie Murphy, when he did Raw, and back when he 30 plus years ago, and some of his stand-ups, he talked real bad about gay folks, and made a lot of jokes about that. Now, with him almost approaching 60, the man said that he feels horrible about what he said then, and he would never say anything like that now, or not even feel that way. And I respect it. You know what I'm saying? Because as I keep saying, you know what I'm saying, as I keep saying, my thoughts in the past are not my thoughts now. Another example, Biden, when he decided to run for president, everybody brought up a lot of his past and a lot of the bills that he helped pass that didn't benefit us. They helped mass incarcerate us, and they tried to use that as a weapon against him. But you know what I appreciate about him, and what told me I'm going to give this man a chance, is he said, I'm not proud of that. He said, that was my consciousness then. I don't feel that way now. But I apologize, and I've seen him apologize a million times. And so I'm all about forgiveness. I'm going to give you a chance. I'm going to give you one chance, maybe two chances, depending on like if you're a family member or close friends, right? And I'm going to see your actions, when you apologize. And if your actions show me that you're sincere and that you're about change, I'm going to mess with you, right? And real talk, y'all, you can say what you want to say about that man. His actions is different. He's almost 100 years old right now, right? And when he did all that, he was in his 20s, 30s, whatever, you know what I'm saying? So him at 100 is different from when he was at 20 and 30. And this man has done a lot within the 2 months that he's been in the office. And think about it. So he's dealing with a pandemic, and then he also has to undo all the stuff that nut reality star did, and the man done did it. There's some people talking about, well, he ain't did this and that and that. It's only been 2 months, and look what he has done. You know what I'm saying? So to put a period on this topic, you guys, we got to stop canceling people. We got to see where their heart's at, and make up in our mind if they're sincere or not. Point blank, period. So my last topic that I want to talk about is Dwayne Wade, Gabrielle Union, and the way that they are choosing to parent their child. And they're getting a lot of backlash from us, from our community, and I'm not with that. If a lot of other parents, black parents, took the time to have conversations with their children, their LGBTQ community child, then I think there would be less suicides with them. And I'm going to say this, and some of y'all going to get mad, but there will be less DL dudes, But a lot of them people that's going through that feel like because we're so harsh, and so hateful. And they feel like they got to keep it to themselves and keep it on the low, And it's not cool. You don't know what's going on in that person's head. And if you're not that, you can't understand it, And I do a lot of talking to a lot of people so I can get an understanding and see where they're coming from. Now, whether I agree or disagree, that's a whole different thing, but I can respect it just like I want somebody to respect me, And let me educate some of you guys. There is a difference between gender identity and sexuality. It's two different things. Gender is how you see yourself. Sexuality is who you have sex with. And I have met some transsexuals and some studs that are in relationships with each other and have kids with each other, and that tripped my mind out. At first, I'm like, why would you do that if you're still going to stay with the same, if you're going to be with the opposite, and I've seen that a lot, but they saw themselves as one way, but they were attracted to a different way. So I said all that to say this: those of you guys that's judging, y'all got to stop judging if you don't understand. And go back to something that my mother has said to me before. When you find somebody that are saying that they are straight, but they are extremely homophobic, they are usually in the closet and are doing what they are so opposed of. If you're really comfortable with yourself, you shouldn't care who the next man or woman is laying with. As long as they're not disturbing you, you know what I'm saying? Why should you care? And so people are saying, well, they're acting like Gabrielle and Dwayne is making their daughter have a sex change or whatever. We've heard nothing about that. They're just allowing their child to dress the way they want to dress. That's it. And I bet you that if they are having conversations about sex changes or whatever, I really think in my mind that they're saying, well, that's not going to happen until you're 18. We'll allow you to dress, we'll allow you to be who you want to be, but the sex change stuff, because that's how most black people think. You can't do that until you turn 18, you know. But I have no problem them allowing their child to be who the child sees himself as. And to me, this whole new generation, they all dress weird to me. You know what I'm saying? They dress very differently than what a lot of us in my generation dressed. You know, so even the little kids that identify as cisgender, to me, there's right now in fashion, the lines are very blurred with the androgynous look. You know, it's like the men, the boys, men, women, girls, all of that are wearing the same stuff. So that's just what's going on. So these are my three topics that I talked about. I talked about the upshaws. I talked about the cancel culture, and I talked about Dwayne Wayne, Gabrielle Union raising their child the way they feel fit to and letting them live their truth. So now I'm going to open up the platform and let you guys come on and give your opinions on how you feel. But let me tell you the rules. If I have a couple people on at the same time and you guys disagree, we're not going to cut each other down. We don't do this on my platform. We got other platforms, other people's platforms to do all that. We don't do that here. We're all adults. We're gonna agree to disagree, and we're gonna have intelligent conversations, which means that we're gonna allow a person to speak, and when they get done, you can speak. If you disagree, you can say you disagree. But as far as trying to cut somebody down or personally attack anybody, you do that, or me, you do that, I'm gonna cut you off. So with that being said, who's gonna be the first person to come?
I'm just talking once again, and my mic is muted. Yo, Levon and Najia, why don't you guys unmute your mics and cameras and come on with me? So I want to introduce my illustrious panel to y'all. We got my homegrown Najia. They always be here with me, the calm, cool, and collected. Then we got my homeboy Levon. Why don't you guys say what's up to the audience that's out there?
Hey, what's up?
Levon, you gonna say what's up, bro?
Hey, everybody.
Yep. So did you guys listen to my topics that I talked about? Which one you guys want to address first?
Yeah.
What's your opinions?
Well, the Chrissy Teigen thing. I still don't know where I stand with that, because Chrissy Teigen, to me, she's always been a troll on Twitter anyway. So to me, she probably barked up the wrong tree, meaning she disrespected somebody white. And you know how white folks get down. When you disrespect somebody that's in that hierarchy in Hollywood, they will bring you all the way down and they don't care. So,
But do you think it warrants her to lose her whole career? Because I hear that she's losing one endorsement after another.
well, I mean, I don't think it's going to affect her too much, because I'm going to be honest. I never heard of Chrissy Teigen until she married John Legend. I really didn't pay her any mind until she got with John Legend. And that, to me, is when she started to blow up even more as a model. So,
But that's a lot of women that marry into money. Think about Nicole Richie. I never knew. I mean, not Nicole Murphy. I never knew who she was up until she married Eddie Murphy. And then Kim Kardashian got more fame after she married Kanye. What's your opinion?
Well, Kim is different because Kim had a reality show.
She wasn't as big
So
as
I
Kanye.
can't compare Kim and Chrissy Teigen because Kim was around since Ray J. Everybody knew about Kim Kardashian. She
But don't you
probably
think
got more business minded when Kanye, but she's been around for a while. I used to watch Keeping Up with the Kardashians when I was in high school. So I already knew what to
but
do with
her
the
brand
Kardashians.
really got way bigger when she married Kanye. What's your opinion, Levon?
Well, this is about cancel culture, and I say cancel them, cancel them, cancel them. Everybody needs to be accountable for their actions. If you said something, then either stand by it or apologize. If you were wrong, then you can apologize for it. But don't let it just sit there and think that we forgot that you said something. If you say something racist, yes, I will remember that 5 years in the future. Why? Because that still affects me. Are you still that same racist?
Mhm.
And it's okay that if you are not, maybe you learn from them. Sorry, my bird is over there. She thinks I'm on the phone. But maybe you learn from that, or maybe you haven't, even worse. But you need to explain yourself. Why did you make that comment? So I say cancel them all. Chrissy Teigen, as you said, has been a troll for years. This is not the first time Chrissy Teigen has been trolling somebody. She has been in celebrity beef for years, trolling everybody and saying things that were out of line. And now she gets called to the carpet as she should be. So I'm not saying that she should have a career, but she needs to at least make an apology. Whether
She has
it's
to
a
apologize. She
no,
apologized.
yeah, and whether it's a fake apology or it's a, you know, if she's doing it for press or whether she really feels in her heart that she needs to do it is left for us to determine, and for those people who she hurt, because we will never know. But at the end of the day, she must say or comment on what she said. I can't say some egregious things and then 5 years later just be like, oh yeah,
But you've
whatever.
never done that? You've never gotten into an argument with somebody and just said some stuff just out of anger?
And I always apologize, and it usually doesn't take me 5 years or people to call me out to do it.
Good point.
Right.
Yeah. Okay, next topic. Have you guys seen the Upshaws?
No, I
Have you seen it?
haven't.
You guys got to check it out. It is funny.
Is
You
it
know,
on Netflix?
It's on Netflix, yeah.
Wow.
But like I said, the
See,
first
I've been getting into this documentary on Netflix.
Say it
Netflix is
again.
doing their thing.
They are.
I've
I
been
enjoy
watching a documentary on Netflix called High on the Hog, so I haven't seen it yet.
On the hog?
Yeah.
What is that about?
It's like a historical documentary that talks about the roots of African American cuisine, and it's very interesting.
That sounds interesting. Yep, it does. I can dig that. But when you guys get a chance, go check it out. Now, like I said, the first 2 episodes start off kind of slow and ghetto. You know, they throw a birthday party and get it mixed up with a stripper party, right? And I'm like, oh my God, here we go. Throw a birthday party for one of their kids. But as they move along, it starts getting less stereotypical and less Tyler Perry-ish, you know, and
Which is
it
a good thing.
you said what?
That's a good thing.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Val says people need to stop with anything wrong in life. You got to be accountable for get the FOH. What do you mean, Val? You don't think we all make mistakes when we're younger? That's my point. I guess I'm on the opposite of what.
For it.
Okay, I'm about to add old Val.
There she go. She can speak for herself.
What up, Val?
What's up? What's up? My ankle killing me right now, but what's going on?
Nothing talking about these topics. So what do you mean when you say people got to stop with anything wrong in life? You got to be accountable.
Because I'm getting sick of it. Okay, like somebody like just said that happened 5 years ago. Okay, well, whatever. Everybody does things wrong in their life. Okay, everybody says things wrong in their life. You shouldn't be held accountable for the rest of your life. But if you say something wrong or do something wrong, nobody's going to be perfect, and nobody's not going to do anything wrong or not say anything wrong. Okay, it depends on it's between you and that person, and everybody needs to stop jumping into everybody's conversation or actions that they do towards somebody. That's all I'm saying. I'm saying she did it. I don't care if she did it 10 years ago. If she said at that time, that's how she felt. Okay, at certain times when we are angry, that's how we feel. It doesn't make it right or wrong in anybody else's book because nobody else should be the judge. It's between them two people.
I agree. And they said allegedly that the dude called her the N word. You know what I'm saying? And like I said,
Yeah.
when I'm fighting, I'm liable to call you anything but a child of the devil. You know what I'm saying? For real.
But another thing is when two people, come on, let's be real. When two people are having words exchanging with each other, okay, it's not physical, it's words exchange. You are going one go low, one gonna go lower. You're gonna keep on going tit for tat. That's how you fight. That's how you verbally fight. I never know nobody that verbally fight and then everybody that they say something that goes below the belt and they go, oh, did you have to really say it that way? Did you really have to say that? Come on now, you go lower. Everybody, you do that. It's a typical thing. It's a normal thing that people do when they're verbally fighting. I'm just saying all this want to be held accountable for somebody that says something regard. If you said it yesterday, you said it, that was between you and that person you said it to. Oh well.
That part. Yeah. In the words of Funky Dineva, when they go low, he goes to hell.
And another thing, Upshaw, I just started watching Upshaw 2 nights ago. I was doing some stuff and I started watching that on Netflix. I was in the other room watching Netflix. That show is funny as hell. That was so funny. It's so
Yeah.
funny because it tell you it's like a typical family thing. You got a baby mama, you know what I'm saying? You got a baby mama, you got a wife, and they ain't getting along, and you trying to take care of both, trying to make both women happy so you'll have, be at peace, but you got a record. It's kind of hilarious. It got a nice twist to it.
Yeah, it does. Yep. And you guys really got to watch the whole thing, So
Yeah.
let's get to my last topic. So how do you guys feel about people that's giving judgment on the way Dwayne Wade and Gabrielle Union is raising their daughter?
Their son, daughter, or which one you talking about?
Well, she's saying she's a daughter, so I'm going to refer to her as what she want her pronoun that she's going by.
Well, I know they got 2 kids. I mean, they got a kid that they had together, plus he got stepkids. So I'm just trying to figure out which one you're talking about. That's all.
I'm talking about Zaya. Zaya,
Okay.
the one
Okay.
that is
Okay.
transgender.
Transgender,
Yeah,
transgender, or whatever. Okay,
transgender.
gotcha.
Yeah. So we'll start first with you, Val. What do you think?
I'll pass.
Okay, Levon.
Well, okay, so you can't just say, well, what do you think? It's kind of like a broad topic. Like, what do you mean on specifically? Like, what do I think about what exactly?
Okay, so my point. So right now in the Black community, they're getting a lot of backlash, and a lot of people are saying that that she's too young to know what she feels she is, and that Dwayne Wade and Gabrielle Union should be dressing her as a boy and not saying that she's
okay. Okay. I don't want to mess up her name. I keep wanting to call her
Zaya.
I know that's a singer, Zendaya, whatever. Zaya. So what some parents I think fail at and have been proven to fail at is that children are going to do what they want to do regardless of what you do to them. If Zaya wants to wear a dress, she's going to wear it regardless of how much her parents scream at her, whether they're in the room or not, yelling at her, trying to do whatever, make it whatever rules you put upon her is not going to change the fact that she wants to wear the dress and that she's going to do it when you're not looking. So that's already out the door, and when you say that, like, what is even wearing a dress? That could literally mean anything. And what I don't want to do is sexualize children, because a lot of people randomly wear dresses, like Dennis Rodman just wore one, Kid Cudi just wore one. I mean, look at that little girl, Teriyaki 69.
Andre 2000, and when he did it, women thought he was sexy.
So we don't really know what that even exactly means. So don't put anything on this child. It is for the child to literally figure out this is what it is. Someone once said, you can plant the seed, but then you can't tell the seed how to grow. The seed is going to grow and do whatever it needs to survive. Your job is to just nurture that seed and make sure that it does survive, because you cannot control what it's going to do. And at the end of the day, what I do feel like that they're doing is creating a space, a safe space where their child can come to them. Because, like I said, if the child wants to figure out what this whole world of whatever it is, whatever wearing a dress means to that child, whether it's they're straight and just wants to be artistic, gay, trans, whatever it is, they need to be, or as a parent, you need to be able to teach your child. You do not want your child going into these streets or the nightclubs or social media learning from other people who are not you. So it's better to create the environment where the child feels safe and can come to you, and you can teach the child what is right and what is wrong.
Okay. Najia, do you have anything to say on it?
No, not really.
Why are the ladies afraid to say anything?
Because we don't want, because I passed before. The simple fact is the same thing we just talked about. People trying to hold people to something that they might say. So I might say something to offend somebody. I think Levon is more clear on speaking on it because, not no offense or no disrespect, from the gay community, he will understand that more than we will. So at the same fact that I didn't want to say that because I might can be misinterpreting how someone feels. I've never been a man want to be a woman, and a woman want to be a man. So I'm not understanding the mentality of it. I'm not against it or for it. My whole thing is, if I was to say my opinion on it, and don't forget this, my opinion on it, I think that child is too young to be going to that extent with the family. I mean, if the child want to do stuff, I'm not saying be against what the child want to do, but to be so supportive as to go buy girl clothes and change your name and all that stuff, I think that's too much.
So when people say that, as I said in my review of that, people that identify with being straight at 12 years old, didn't they know that? Don't you feel like they knew they were straight?
But okay, let's say we just talking about supporting what your kid want to do. Okay, so if your kid want like alcohol, then taste alcohol, and all of a sudden like the alcohol, and your kid like alcohol, are you gonna support your kid and go buy them a bottle? I mean,
That's
you know
not
what I'm
the
saying?
same thing at
I'm
all.
saying, wait, hold up. Hold up. You had your opinion. I'm saying my opinion. Okay, don't forget. This is the whole thing. This is the whole problem right here. People don't always think they have to accept somebody else's
Let her
opinion.
finish, Levon.
You say your opinion, I say my opinion, and that your opinion not right or wrong, and my opinion not right or wrong. Your opinion is your opinion, my opinion is my opinion. I'm just giving you an example of what I feel is example. I'm saying if your child like alcohol, taste alcohol, all of a sudden like it. Now supporting your kid, you're gonna go buy alcohol to keep out, because they like alcohol. It determines your child what you want in your house, in your household. So supporting your child to something that you feel that might be right or might be wrong is that family's decision to make. So that's why I said it's their decision to make what they want to do. I said if it was me, I think the kid is too young for the family to be reporting it like that.
Okay, I can respect that.
Mm-hmm.
So respectfully, what do you feel, Levon, or what do you want to add to that?
Well, I mean, I don't think that you can relate sexuality to alcohol at all. I don't think that makes any sense whatsoever, because it's my turn. So I don't think that you can relate the two because they're not the same at all. That's like saying if your child is a murderer, go out and support them killing. No one's saying anything like that. No one's saying anything like that. A child is still a child, and a child should stay in a child's place. So I'm not saying, yes, your kid wants to do whatever they want to do. Absolutely, do what you want to do. Oh, that will never go down. But let me tell you something. In my house, when I came out, and the rules that were set upon me was, Levon, you are still a member of this family. There are things that you, as a member of this family, that you can do and that you cannot do. You will not be doing this out in the street, not because you are gay, not because of any kind of thing, but because you are a member of this family. You will be doing this with respect. You will be going out with respect. So liking alcohol has nothing to do with sexuality. Me being gay.
Scenario. It was a scenario.
I let you talk.
I don't care. Just don't take it personal. Don't take it personal, Levon. It was just a scenario, Levon. Don't take it personal. Don't take it personal, Levon. It's just a scenario. Because you keep saying what I said. You keep saying what I said. Don't take it personal.
It's my turn, though. It's my turn to respond. No, don't say you don't care.
Hold on for a minute, guys.
Don't take it personal.
Don't tell me what to do. and I just let you
Oh,
talk.
God.
Oh my God! Oh my God! You know what? Don't ask me.
I just let
You
you
know what?
talk.
You know what? This is a perfect example how somebody cannot accept somebody else's opinion. Don't
I
take
was
it
just
personal. It
talking,
was not against
and
you.
I let
It
you
was not
talk.
against you.
You
It was
cannot
not
let me
against
talk.
you.
This is your problem. I
No,
was
no,
just
I have
talking.
no problem.
I was just talking, and you interrupted.
Okay, guys. Now remember, early on, I said this is not what we're gonna do. We're not gonna argue, and we're gonna respect other people's opinions. And Val, I think, and I specifically asked him, so I don't think he was trying to cut down your opinion, but I think he was trying to explain why he feels like they're two different things. But guys, let's not do the personal thing on both of y'all's part. But this is a hot topic, and this is a topic in households that really there's kids that get kicked out of their houses behind this.
I'm good. I'm good. That's it.
I have a
I was just
question.
trying to support you.
Okay, what's your question, Najia?
Was this a kid or a baby?
This teenager, 12 years old.
Oh, okay. Because I don't want to get the kids mixed up.
No, this is the 12-year-old.
They have like 4 kids, something like that.
Yeah. But a lot of like the rappers and stuff is really coming down on Wayne, and Gabrielle Union.
Mhm.
And Dwayne just made a statement recently this week that's saying he's going to support his kids regardless.
Right, and different parents can raise their children however they like. Boozy, what's his name? Boozy, whatever, is a rapper who is someone who has also been fighting and criticizing Dwayne Wade and the way that he raises his children. But it has also come out that Boozy has paid a stripper to perform oral on his under age kids because he felt like that made them a man. And that is something that I feel should not be imposed on kids either. So when it comes to any sort of imposing, whether it is forcing the narrative of, I feel like you should be this way, because to your point, Val, I don't think that anyone should be forcing anything onto anyone. So it's not about, okay, like let's just buy you a bunch of dresses, or like let's like force any narrative on you. Unfortunately, Zaya is in front of a large audience, and we're all looking at her making these decisions. And I don't want her to be stuck in a decision because of what society labels her as. Because I do know some people who have thought about transitioning and then have decided not to, which is why, I think that they may be waiting until she's an adult to, be able to, in order to do that, because no one should be doing any sort of surgery or anything like that, because this is still a child. You know what I mean? Like, this child should also, not be wearing stilettos or, dressing in, with a thong or anything like really, really crazy, because it is a child. I wouldn't let my teenager, 13-year-old, my little sister, dress like that the same way I wouldn't let my trans child dress like that. Children are children, and I feel like they should stay in children's places.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be interesting to see where we're at with this in like 10 years from now. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Well, are we done with the conversations? It's a tough conversation, y'all. And I got a bunch of friends in that lifestyle that will tell you that it was hard for them.
It doesn't have to be a tough conversation, because again, like, no one's going to understand what it is to be someone else. And it is not because I'm gay that I understand what it's like to be a trans person. I will never, just like everybody else on this panel who's not trans, I will never understand what it's like to be a trans person. I never had a desire to be a woman. I don't want to be a woman. I would never do that. I don't understand what it means to want to be a woman, every day of your life, the wigs and the makeup and stuff. I can barely get ready for myself. I always wear a tank top. You guys see me. I'm whatever. You know, I would never understand that lifestyle. But it's not for me to understand. You know what I mean? It's just if that's what it is, and it's not something that is, first of all, harmful to me or my family, then it's something that I can understand. It is okay to say that I can understand. I don't understand it, but I can respect it, because no one here will ever understand what it's like to walk down any one of our shoes, regardless of what the shoes are. And we just have to have respect for each other. I will never know what it's like to be any one of you guys. And same.
I agree.
I agree.
Well, you good, Oval?
Oh, I'm wonderful.
Okay. Yeah. So the last thing that we didn't watch on here, but did any of you guys get a chance to turn into that versus?
No.
You watched
I
it a little.
did.
I felt like this was the most horrible verses that we had. Eve and Trina was the wrong matchup to me. It's just two different energies.
I told you.
You did.
I told you that wasn't a good matchup at all. And you were like, Trina's gonna come in with some hits, and I'm just like, Eve and Trina, they're two different rappers to me. And it showed, because Trina's, all her songs are about sex and twerking and all different types of slipping and sliding. Then you got Eve over here with meaningful songs like Love is Blind. And then you got the love songs, Gangsta Love, and you kind of see which one's more versatile than the other. So I would never match those two up, ever.
And it's like their energies was clashing. Do you feel that?
Mm-hmm. And the crowd was so dead. I couldn't get into that. Every time Trina tried to get the crowd to be involved, they were just so dead. I was like, what is going on?
They should have brought their family like everybody else does. Is anybody going to watch the
Philly though, instead of London?
You said what?
I kind of wish Eve came home for that versus instead of stayed in London.
Yeah. Is anybody going to watch the Bow Wow? Huh?
She's in London now?
Yeah, she married a billionaire who lives in London.
Oh.
Yep.
Good for her.
And the next verse is coming up is the Bow Wow. Who is it? Bow Wow and Soulja Boy, which I ain't even gonna click in.
I'm not watching that.
Yeah. What they got, like 2 hits between each other?
I mean, Soulja Boy had a dance, right?
Yeah.
I never everybody knew the dance. So like, I don't know.
Do you remember any of the other songs?
Soulja Boy?
Yeah.
He had the dance one, and then was it "Kiss Me Through the Phone" was another one, and then something about like "Get Up Out the Bed, Throw My Swag On," something.
Okay, so you don't name 3. Can you name 3 Bow Wow songs? Only one I can think of is the one with him and Sierra, Like You.
I can name 2.
Which one?
And that is Hold On with Omarion, and then Like This. And then I think there was one, Fresh as I'm Is. But
that's
after Bow Wow grew up, I stopped paying attention to him.
That's gonna be short as one. Did you see? No, Najia. Did you notice how short Trina and Eve was?
How short?
That versus was only like 45 minutes.
Yeah, that was short. I knew it was going to be short because Trina does have hits, but she doesn't have as many hits as Eve. Eve could have kept going. But I knew it was going to be short. It's not like they have somebody like a Kim and a Foxy. So
everybody
that
kept
was
saying, everybody kept saying Trina should have won against Kaya.
Yeah, that would be entertaining. That would have been entertaining. Because Kaya is reckless with her mouth.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, on that note,
and then somebody said Trina should have went against Jackie O, and I don't think that would have worked either. Could have, but Jackie doesn't have enough hits.
Period. Yep. Well, on that note, I want to thank my panel for joining me. You know, I spoke about what I wanted to speak about today. And do everybody want to let everybody know where you guys could be found at, social media wise? Najia?
Well, my name is Nigeria Bond. You can see me on Facebook at Nigeria Bond, on Instagram and Twitter. You can also get in tune with our radio show that we're trying to grow in Athens, meradioathens.com. Education matters.
Cool.
Awesome.
Yeah. What about you, Oval? Shout out to where they can find you.
Same as it is on the screen. Val Comedian.
All right. Levon?
So you can find me pretty much everywhere. My first and last name, Levon Gittins. Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, Amazon, Barnes and Noble. It's just Levon Gittins. That's it.
All right. So on the count of three, we'll tell everybody bye. 1, 2, 3. Peace.
Bye.